Hey, welcome back. My name is Dino. This video is on corporate censorship in the media and how the corporations can have a very strong impact on the media. First is the influence of ownership. This is perhaps the most direct conduit for corporate censorship. Media entities might encounter pressures to tailor their content to the broader interests of their parent company. So it's the company has a message; it can influence its media members that are related to it too, or maybe owned by it to push a certain line. The result of this is the dilution or outright omission of stories that could cast a shadow over the corporation or its affiliates. Certain narratives are amplified while others are silenced. So again, some things are pushed, some things are pushed away. An example of this is News Corporation that has been criticized for promoting political agendas aligned with Rupert Murdoch's views, the CEO. From this, the corporate ownership can censor media. Advertising pressure. Advertisers can indirectly dictate content by threatening to withdraw advertising dollars from outlets that publish content deemed offensive or alienating. This fosters a form of self-censorship among media companies. For example, the esteemed news magazine 60 Minutes, for which I worked several years ago, it almost didn't air an interview with a whistleblower from the tobacco industry due to fears of legal backlash under tortious interference laws. So, big tobacco can obviously buy ads, or did at the time, and as a result, even a big corporation or a big organization like CBS can be impacted. The Guardian in the UK had a similar type of thing where HSBC, the bank, stopped advertising with the title following its coverage of the bank's involvement in a tax avoidance scandal. As a result, advertisers can censor speech they find inconvenient or offensive. Editorial policies and legal threats. In terms of editorial policies, media outlets can establish editorial policies that reflect their vested interests, directly influencing how certain topics are reported, if they're reported at all. So again, the editorial policies of the media outlets can be impacted. This includes defamations, lawsuits, and legal threats. These can be a potent deterrent against negative coverage, compelling media outlets to try to lightly run stories that could provoke corporate ire. As a result, lawsuits, the potential cost of defending against them, regardless of the merits of the case, can lead to censorship. The media outlet may just think it's just not worth. They don't have the pockets to defend themselves, so they self-censor. Example of this is in the Cambridge Analytica scandal, where Facebook threatened to sue The Observer, which is part of I believe the Guardian, if it published a story on how personal data of millions of users was harvested and used in political campaigns. This led to significant fallout for Facebook. As a result, the editorial policies and legal threats of companies can censor media messages. Politicized topics. As we know today, a lot of topics can be highly politicized and polarizing. Think of climate change or net zero efforts. The topic can be contentious, with debates on reflecting ideologies rather than scientific discussions. As a result, the nuance that should be discussed isn't there. Similarly for immigration, it can be a lightning rod for political debate, with media sometimes avoiding in-depth coverage that might challenge the prevailing narratives. As a result, some issues sometimes are not given the comprehensive and nuanced coverage they deserve. This can hinder public understanding and dialogue. As a result, politicized topics may be omitted or minimized, impacting democracy, because they need these messages to be discussed. Access journalism and economic censorship. Access journalism, it's where some media outlets may engage in practices where editorial independence is compromised for the sake of securing interviews, insights, or information directly from sources within corporate entities, government officials, or celebrities. On a related note is economic censorship. This is the tendency to prioritize content that is likely to attract a large audience or appeal to advertisers. This approach can lead to an underrepresentation of significant yet potentially less engaging or commercially appealing topics. Some examples of this are social inequality, environmental degradation, or corporate malfeasance. As a result, media gets an ecosystem where the pursuit of profit and access can overshadow the fundamental principles of journalism. Pursuing profit can prevail over fundamental principles of journalism. Concentration of media ownership. The consolidation when media outlets falls under the control of a select few corporations. The variety of perspectives that reach the public can be drastically limited. One such company is the Sinclair Broadcasting Group, which owns a large number of local U.S. TV stations. It's been accused of pushing a unified political agenda across its network, reducing the diversity of viewpoints and potentially censoring opposing views. Some examples of this type of consolidation, what it does is there could be a political bias, and there could be social, environmental, and economic issues that are covered in certain ways or not covered at all. Concentrated media ownership, as a result, limits perspectives. Finally, there's internal pressure. There can be pressure on journalists and editors. Management and executive teams may exert influence to ensure that reporting aligns with the broader commercial goals of the organization. The result is the avoidance of sensitive topics that might invite controversy or legal challenges, or the modification of reporting angles to present the company in a more favorable light. This poses a substantial threat to journalistic autonomy, potentially compromising the objective reporting of news and information. As a result, management pressure can limit the breadth of issues reported. That was corporate censorship in the media. Please feel free to like this video. Please feel free to comment, or please feel free to subscribe if you like this type of content. As always, thanks for watching.